Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Got some more good news today for the Corolla. Just took delivery of the Serck Motorsport gear. I'm proper chuffed about it. As you can see, properly boxed up. Steve decided to bring it up himself, so massive thanks to Steve. He's been a huge help with this whole designing this radiator and going over my quite bad drawing, if I'm honest. And so hopefully it should be good. So not only did they do a radiator, they did some breather tanks for me. So let's get this box open and see what the crack is. Well packed, can't even get everything. Oh, that's one. Must be another there. Oh, check it out. Got some mugs as well. They sent me some banners, which is really cool. You might see some of them on the wall later. But yeah, some mugs. They're really cool. Hopefully warm myself up at lunchtime. Oh, they sent me another one as well. Wicked. So yeah, well packed. I mean, the owl. You ain't gonna bend them in a hurry, was you? So what we got here? So I did these drawings not that long ago, really, and you know, we've had a lot going on, and obviously this pandemic and whatever has been causing a lot of trouble. So this looks like the breather tank. Whoa. Which is another bonus, if I can get that off. I mean, look at the quality of it. Absolutely awesome. Look, I mean, look at this welding, it's really nice. I'm trying to get my welding very close to that standard as much as I can. I'm still learning. I don't do enough aluminium work, so it's nice to kind of judge off other stuff that other people are doing. And I also got these are from Pipercross. So massive thanks to Pipercross for them. So they should be, look at that. Look at that. What a combination. Cirque breather tank and Pipercross air filter. Gives me a clamp as well, got to try it on. So there should be two of these. This one's got some tape around him. Now they should be completely opposite to each other. So there you go. Mirror finish, literally mirror finish in two different ways. So yeah, one's for one side of the bank, and if anybody knows small block boards, they like to breathe a bit, so give them as much breathing as possible. What else we got here? Oh, this is the overflow tank. I forgot about this bit. So this is, my brother learns a bit of a task at racing this year, where he borrowed the Chevy Nova and he's been racing that in Pro ET, and there was one of these at the front of the car and it overflowed and put some water down on the track just before the run, which we were so glad it did it then rather than on the run, because I mean it's a borrowed car, and if that had put him in the wall it just would have been an absolute nightmare. So after I saw that, it actually reminded me that I needed one. So at the time, I got the breather tanks and the radiators drawn up, but I forgot about this. So I'm so glad that I got reminded by that, and I'm glad that my brother was safe about it. So that was good. So this is a little, this should go in the boot of the car. So all the water, any overflow will go over the roof of the cage, down to the back. And then if any water comes out, which I can't see it coming out of here, because obviously it's got a lock tab and everything, but if any water goes, it's going behind the rear wheel. So it's protecting the car from getting any moisture under the rear tyres under a full pass. So that looks good. Little tap at the bottom, so hopefully get that out the bottom with a bit of pipe maybe, or it might be long enough. And then this can go up to the cage, so that'll go in the passenger floor in the back. So we'll try that later, see how we get on with that. But I've got bubble wrap for days now. It's never a bad thing. So yeah, so here's the other Pipercross air filter. when I asked them about if they do breeder ones, they were like, oh yeah, what sort of size? And I was like, I don't know, just like a breeder one. And they were like, yeah, we've got the perfect thing for what you want. And I was like, perfect, wicked. So yeah, got 2 of them, 2 brand new ones. Then go on the top of there. Look at that, beautiful fit. And yeah, it looks good. So yeah, just hopefully they're going to be really snug on where they're going to go. So hopefully I've done my drawing right, because I'm sure they would have done their job right. So we'll see. I'll get the bonnet open in a minute, but we'll get this packed. Bubble wrap again for days. So that must be it, I think. There we go. Put that down carefully. I mean, you can't fault their wrapping, that's for sure. I mean, that box is quite quality as well. So I don't think anything could get to a customer damage, that's for sure. I also want to say a massive thanks to Serck for taking me on board with this, really, because the cost of this car has just been mental for me. Just never realised it was going to get this out of hand. And the problem I got is, it's actually my own problem, is I don't like to cut corners, so everything's cost me a lot more than I kind of wanted to spend, but I just wanted to make it as strong as I could for future-proofing it. I mean, this car's not going anywhere. This is going to be with me for a long time, and hopefully we can make some good runs in it. Yeah, they've wrapped this well. Looks like I can see the radiator cowl in now. I'm going to have a unit long of bubble wrap here, I think, to keep going. Right. Oh, we're getting to the end of it now. Oh, that's one layer, okay. So, yes. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's looking amazing. Oh, check that out. That looks amazing. I mean, the quality, it looks absolutely perfect. It looks like it's really high quality aluminium as well. Give me some fittings, rad cap off the side, and then we've got gearbox cooler on the front. So I've got that mounted. So that'll go, the pipes will probably come out of there 90 degrees around the side, or go down or something. Now a few people might ask, why so big? You know, why, is there a reason I've gone that big? Well, the way I always future-proof stuff, and like, it's hard to kind of explain what I mean by that really, but I don't know if the car is ever going to be street legal. You don't know what's going on with the rules and stuff. I'm building it, spent a lot of money on this car, so I want to future-proof it for everything really. So it is quite a big radiator, but the thing is, if the car's going rounds, which in Pro EC you start going round, you're going round and round very fast, it's going to keep it cool, and it doesn't matter, it's over the top. Yes, it's heavy maybe, but I'd rather it to be cool, look after the engine and everything else. So let's see if this fits. This will be the next issue. Right, get this bonnet off. It's super heavy. So that's there. See if we can get this balance up here. There we go. No, it's not going to balance if I want it to. It should stay there. We got it there. So, if I got my measurements right, it should go straight in. Nice if I grab it down the right way. It'd be nice. Oh, it's going to be snug. check it out. I mean, this panel, where are we? This panel here I haven't trimmed out yet, so that's probably why that's looking a bit close. But yeah, it's looking good. I reckon that's pretty bang on, looking at the centre line of the car. Oh, the oil cooler, okay. So the oil cooler's, whoa, I'll tell you what, that is close. The oil cooler is literally right at the front. I mean, it couldn't be any more forward if it wanted to be, which is good. It's going to get nice air. But I reckon that's a great success, really. So I asked them to put some mounts on the side, which they have, which is obviously holding the cowl in as well. So the mounts come off the side, and there'll be a couple of tubes here that'll be adjustable. Probably don't need to be adjustable, but it ain't going to hurt. You might be able to change angle. Let's see if I can take that off and see if it goes further forward. And then I don't use one of these rad caps before. I mean, the core inside looks really good as well. So fair play to them. They obviously use some really good quality cores. But yeah, I mean that oil cooler couldn't get any closer, so that measurement must have been perfect. I reckon it's gonna be snug, but I mean, don't forget I can actually lean it back a bit if I needed to. But yeah, it's looking promising. So yeah, super chuffed about that. I think my next worrying bit, which shouldn't be a worry, because I think I've got the measurements right. Well, that's sitting in there. Good. I mean, yes, it's taking up a fair bit of room, but it's definitely getting the air. I mean, look how close it is to the front down there. So, I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. I'm well chuffed with that. So, that's going to get the right amount of air. Right, let's see if one of these breather tanks fits. Let's go. So, a little bracket on the back. This might get a bit technical. So, see if we can get this to go in there. So, if my theory's right, that should go in there. Yeah, that's pretty bang on. The angle's pretty close to being perfect, I think. I think get a nice AN fitting off here. I'll do measuring angle, and then on the rocker cover here, there's already one of these welded on. So we can just have a short pipe with a breather. And the drain, I plan this out. So the drain, if for whatever reason this overflows or whatever, it'll go straight onto the exhaust manifold down here. So again, it's kind of basically making sure there's going to be no leaks over the rear wheels. Last thing, I mean, this car's going to be quite lively anyway, let alone trying to deal with different moisture all over the track in front of me. I think so. Should be good. We should see. We'll get the boot lid off and have a look at the rear tank of this one. See if the overflow's kind of good as do. Right, get that out of the way. And find somewhere for the camera to sit. It's the only problem when you do all this alone. Oh, this is all used. I've been doing a lot more, while I've been waiting for parts, I've been altering a few little things I wasn't quite happy with. So, let's see where this fits. Oh, check that out. So yeah, some nice bracketry. I'll show you because you probably can't see it from up there. So that'll go in there basically, and it's full of crap in the back at the moment. That'll go in there. The pipe will run over the cage up there, and then right over to the top of the cage, and then yeah, that should be perfect. So I'm chuffed about that. So that just shows you. I mean, I'm not the best at drawing out something and measuring it all up, and yet again we got parts that fit straight away. I mean, this is amazing. I couldn't thank them enough for doing this. This is it's been a long road, and I can't wait to get it all finished and on and working. Got to do some measurements for the fans. They've actually supplied the fans as well, but they said get a measurement, get the radiator in, measure it from the back to the water pump, which is quite far forward, and see what room I've got. If I've got enough room, they'll give me a thick fan. If I've got not a lot of room, I'll do a shallow fan. So I think they're using spout fans, we'll see. But it's nice to get all these bits. I mean, for the next stage, basically for the car, the next stage is wiring and me to fit this. So there isn't much else to do. I'm waiting for the doors to come back. And I mean, I'll show you some stuff. So this is something I changed. This was a parachute bracket that I bent, and you could see it bent, and it was kind of the right shape to hammer it off, so it's warped it a little bit. In the end, I made it so it's 3-piece and then welded it together. So you can see it now. It's kind of makes a bit more sense and it looks tidier. So that was one job I did. And I've been doing a few other jobs. I made some panels for the electrics here and inside there. And then obviously the dash, and I've got some gauges in there, the gauge pod. That looks pretty cool, and it's nice and out of the way, and the original dash is behind it, because, you know, street car. But it probably never hit the street, but it's nice to have the option if I had to. And the other thing I did was make this panel. Now, this was just to basically tidy this up a little bit. This only slips on. These little pull pins go straight through there. This slips on, and then this all comes off. I might make another one of these panels. I did this one as a final, but I'm not happy with a few of the things on it, so I'm going to change it. But this come out really cool. As you can see, I mean, this is my aluminium welding. I'm still getting there. Still got quite a lot to learn about it. But these are switches. I mean, this is stupid stuff like horn indicators and stuff like that, and you can just about sort of see from the driver's compartment where these switches are, so that's kind of cool. There isn't much else really. New doors being made, parachute lever by Kat the machinist. She's doing that for me after seeing Prisms one, and yeah, it's getting to the final stage really. I mean, I've got some fittings like bulkhead fittings for the Stars motor and a few other switches, and I've got to do the switch for the line lock on the steering wheel. I did the one on the trans brake, it's on the side of the gear lever, so I was quite chuffed about that. So yeah, but going back, I mean, I can't thank Serck enough. They've done an amazing job. I mean, the quality of the parts is awesome, so proper chuffed about that. So massive thanks to Serck Motorsport, Graham, Steve, especially Steve, just gone through hell with me, getting this completely bang on, and the team have just worked together amazing, and he even spoke to the fabricator. I can't remember his name, so I apologise about that. But so chuffed, proper excited to get it all in, and that's my job this weekend. So I will keep you informed with more updates, and if anybody wants me to do more videos, as in customers' cars, I mean, this is a big Mark 1 Escort project. I've got another one underneath, so apparently I'm an escort specialist now, but it's the way it is. And I've got a roll cage going in this Mark 1 Golf for a drifter called Dave's Golf Straw. He's not drifting this is his track car, so he's doing this. So if anybody wants to see any updates on stuff like this, let me know and comment below. Obviously I'll have to ask the customers if that's okay. This might be hidden things, I don't know, so I need to ask their permission first. And I promise you I will do a feature on the Galaxy at some point, but it's not on the top of my list or on my mind, so we've got to look past that for now. But yeah, thanks very much for watching this video. Thanks for the updates. Hopefully you're enjoying the updates, and still trying to get used to doing all these videos. I'm not the best at speaking, as you can imagine, but I'm still learning, still trying to get my head around this camera device and get myself more involved. But I want to do the whole journey of this car because, again, this car means so much to me and so much to the family. It's got to be right, and the journey is going to be mad. I mean, we're aiming for the 9-second barrier. Can it be possible? We don't know. And also getting good news recently from ASD Engines. So massive thanks to ASD Engines, Trevor Hurst. He's got all the bottom end balanced up now. You're going to start putting the bottom end together next week. So the engine's making progress as well. So the plan is, right, we are in the end of November. The plan was to get it done by the end of December, but I don't want to muck around with a painter, and a paint job on this car is very special. So I've told him that we're going to try and head towards the end of January. So we've got to do the full dry build on the car and then go from there. I've been to see Steve today at Serck Motorsport. This is his 180SX. I did a cage in a few years ago. Some of you may recognise it. It used to be red, it's been painted silver now, so it was great to catch up with Steve. Steve was kind enough to show me around the shop and show me what he had in stock and how big this place is. I mean, these guys do some awesome gear and loads of stuff on stock on the shelf. They do stuff for Formula 1 teams, and they supply huge companies all over the world. So why would you go anywhere else? You know, you want to use these guys. And the massive bonus about this video and these guys helping me is you get a 10% off discount. And all you got to do is put in the code word Huxley when you do any orders with Serck Motorsport, and it gives you 10% off. So don't forget, get on the case. They do everything you need, anything to supply your car. Thanks for watching, guys.